stream all the people from Barça Blaugranes. What's going on, Barça Blaugranes? What is going on, my D-Spot peeps? In case you're new to this channel, a very warm welcome. My name is Diego, of course, and I'm here as your spokesperson for all things Barça related, as well as La Liga topics, and for the D-Spot peoples, as well as the occasional NBA videos, of course. Just bear with me 1 second because I've got two streams going at once, and last time I fucked this up a little bit, so I don't want to make the same mistakes twice. It says here that the health is good, the stream is going. I guess we can get going then, right? Let's just get going. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Barça Blaugranes, what's up? What is going on, guys? Let me fill it out in the chat. Give me your thumbs up. Give me a little sign that you're alive. Give me a little comment, where you guys watch it from Africa, from India, from the US. Although the US people are probably sleeping. Over here in Europe, in Spain, are you a neighbor of mine in Barcelona? Let me know. Guys, so what are we going to discuss today? Well, it's the end of the season, guys. It's the end of the season, and this is it. No more Liga. And Real Madrid has finished as champion of La Liga. Expected, absolutely much expected, of course. There was no final day drama in that sense, and I don't know if you guys at D-Spot got a chance to watch my 5 reasons why Barça would in the end. What's going on, Renato from Brazil? Cheers, Craig, for the beard comment. I'm happy the beard is liking you, or you're liking the beard, I should say. So as I was saying, no final day drama, and the result in the end was as expected. Real Madrid coming out the champion, and Barça in fact making a mess of it at the start. At some point in time I was thinking, imagine the unthinkable happens and Barça and Real Madrid loses against Malaga, and of course, what has it, even Barça loses against lonely old Eibar. In the end, Barça did, of course, make a comeback with 2 non-existing penalties. Guys, let's be honest, there were non-existing penalties, but penalties nonetheless, which one of them Messi was able to capitalize on, the final score being 2-2. However, on the more important game, the game that all of us culés were obviously pending on, the Malaga Real Madrid in La Rosaleda finished 2-0, as well on an offside goal, of course. Why not mention, if we can admit our own mistakes and admit that the 2 penalties called were not penalties, we can also say that the 2-0 was or came from an offside position. But hey, we're used to that. That we've seen that all too frequently this season. Real Madrid, and in the past, Real Madrid scoring important clutch goals in offside position. So nothing new there. However, I'm not going to sit here and talk about refereeing decisions and whether that they went against Barça or in favor of Madrid. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and it's not something that I think that we need to be sitting here and crying about, because at the end of the day, guys, if we're going to start doing some sort of autocritica, if we're going to be honest with ourselves and reflect on this entire season, the reason why Barça didn't win La Liga this year is definitely not because of refereeing decisions. Of course, I want video to be implemented into this game. It's heavily needed, and I want the referees also to take responsibility for their actions. However, it starts with ourselves. And look, the reason why Real Madrid came out on top and Barça did not win, in my opinion at least, is because of depth. There's one word and one word only: depth, 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 depth. Real Madrid has a fantastic bench. I mean, there is almost no difference between the Real Madrid titulares, the Real Madrid starters, and what comes off the bench. If anything, what comes off the bench especially in the last second part of the season, was outshining the regular starters. You know, Bale, Benzema, they were not, they won't make the once titular of the entire Liga. They won't make the starting 11 players of the Liga. On the other hand, Isco, Asensio, James even, Carvajal. I mean, they just have so many players, so much strength that comes off that bench. Kovacic, they've done their homework, guys. Let's be honest. Real Madrid has been doing their homework, has been poaching the players that even Barça had their eyes on. Asensio, he was linked to Barça. It was basically all set to sign for Barça. However, Real Madrid swooped in, and fair play to them, because we did the same with Neymar. And why would we expect any different from Real Madrid? This is football. In the end, it's a business. It's a game, but it's a business where you want your team to win. So fair play to them. They managed to sign a fantastic Isco, who's assumed his role. I say assumed his role. By that I mean I expect Isco to want to play a whole lot more. And I expect that he will next season. However, every time these guys come off the bench, they come firing, guys. You look at James scoring. He scored that equalizer, against us in the Clásico. I thought it was game over at that point, and that occasion again, we had to rely on the brilliance, on the last minute effort of Messi and company, Sergio Roberto, to win that game. It's just always in extremo, always in it's such an effort, it seems for us this season, to make anything happen. What can you say? Just all credits to Real Madrid. I have no problem in admitting that. And Barça más y mejor, mucho más y mejor, more and better next season, guys. Let's get something going this summer. It looks like Valverde will now finally take charge of Luis Enrique's role. If Valverde is, look, with Valverde we die. Honestly, me personally, I'm not convinced. I know the press over here locally is making him out to be some sort of Barça legend. He's not, guys, okay? He's not. Trust me, I've been a culé ever since I was born, a socio as well. I've followed Barça since the day I could speak, pretty much. Valverde has never been, talked to me by my grandfather as a Barça legend. I know he's played for the club a couple of years in the early 80s, but come on, don't talk to him, don't talk about him as if he's Barça DNA material and make him out to be some sort of, the new coming of a Pep Guardiola. He's got a lot to prove. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm not convinced by his signing to the club. I would have preferred Sampaoli, to be very frank. I know that Sampaoli has been fucking up this second half of the season with Sevilla, sure, but I still think he did a very good job with them in the beginning of the season. And what I found so particularly meaningful, I guess is meaningful is a good word, is when, I don't know if you guys remember when Sevilla played Barça. I think it was in the Sánchez Pizjuán. I'm pretty sure it might have been here in the Camp Nou, no lo sé. But at the end of the game, Sampaoli, he was embraced. He wasn't necessarily even looking for the affirmation of the Barça players. Barça players were going up to him. I'm talking about not only the Argentinians, Messi, of course, but I'm talking Neymar, I'm talking Iniesta, a heavyweight in the Barça, the Barça, nuestro capitán, our captain, of course, Iniesta, Piqué. They all went up to Sampaoli and gave him a hug. They just gave him a sign of respect, a little dab on the head, little hug. And that for me was just so meaningful. I looked at that and I thought, well, obviously Sampaoli's coming. Obviously Sampaoli is next in line. Look at the chemistry he already has, the respect he demands or he receives from the players without even having ever coached them. So that for me was a sign that clearly, if I'm Bartomeu and I see that, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, hey, this guy needs to be our next manager. With Valverde, I've seen plenty of Atleti against Barça, Atleti Bilbao against Barça games throughout my years, all the years that Valverde has been coaching there, and I've never seen that. Okay, sure, they're gonna respect him, but it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy for Valverde to take over such a dressing room, such a complicated dressing room as is Football Club Barcelona. Other names, I like Pinochet. I really like what he's been doing with Tottenham. So I was also in favor of him coming. Plus, a little dig to nuestros amigos, our vecinos, our neighbors here, Española would have been nice to see him come. I don't want to hear any of this Wenger talk or even Xavi, Puyol. As much as I miss these guys, as much as those are the leaders, because that's really what is it about. Barça needs a goddamn leader in that dressing room, somebody that says a Puyol type or even a Xavi type that slaps the players across their faces when it seems that they don't have any motivation, any chispa left in their tank, in their brains, and wakes them up, coño. That's what's been missing this entire season, and also against Eibar. 2-0 on the final day. 2-0 down. You're losing 2-0 on the final day. You know that everything is pending on Malaga. Yes, I also understand. You hear that it's already 1-0 after 2 minutes in La Rosaleda, by which you kind of say, look, this is done. This is gone. Whole hope is gone. I understand all that, but be professional and do what you got to do. Your homework. Do what you have to do. Win that game convincingly, and don't go down 2-0. For crying out loud. That's been the story the entire season, and I don't even care it end 4-2. It better have ended 4-2, or else, coño. Sorry guys, I'm losing track of thought a little bit. Points I've been wanting to make, but you get my drift. And people say, look, you're being too hard. It's the past decade. Barça has won 6 league titles compared to in the 10 years, I think it was 6-3. I know that Madrid has won 2 in the 9 years. So in Atletico has won 1. Sure, in the past decade, okay, we've been dominating and it's been good for Barça. But does that mean we need to now accept and just shrug our shoulders and say, c'est la vie? This happens every now and then? No. I'm sorry, no, I do not conform like this. I know what it is to go through droughts. I've been through those droughts in the 80s and in the mid-late 90s with Gaspar and we had a great team with Rivaldo, Kluivert, and all those guys that didn't manage to win or stay competitive. We were happy with the Champions League spot even at some point, if you guys remember, for those that were watching Barça in the 90s. And I don't want to go back to that, okay? I don't want to go back to that. We were set up beautifully with a miraculous team, a miraculous, also talented Barça side with your Xavis, Iniestas, and Messi. We need to continue to at least take advantage of the fact that we have Messi right now, Messi, Neymar, Luis Suarez in our squad, and also still Iniesta. I hope that he will play more. I don't know what was wrong with Iniesta this season. Why there's so much resting? Why not playing him for those the games against easy teams? Okay, easy teams. Well, let me tell you something about easy teams. Barça lost all the crucial points against the lower 10 teams, the easy teams, the lower side of the table. Okay, we won or draw all of our matches with the top 10 teams in La Liga, and we lost all of the crucial points. We either lost games or lost crucial points against the 10 lower teams in La Liga table. So easy teams, those are the important games, and we always say it. I know it's a saying that en estos campos es donde se gana la Liga. You say here in the easy stadiums is where you win La Liga. Well, it's never been more true in Barça's case, because in my opinion, we lost it. We could have won it, and we didn't. And Iniesta wasn't playing those games, so we just didn't have the bench, etc., etc. And look, while I'm sitting here ranting about Barça and what could have been and should have been, in the same breath, I need to give credit to Zizou and Real Madrid. I said it in the beginning in a bit, but his gestión, his management of the squad, it's just been second to none. And I was very reluctant at first to even give him credit. But let's not forget, last season when Benitez left, that Real Madrid was down 12 points, no less, 12 points. And Zizou took over and made a fucking run for it, okay? Made a run for it, and until the very last day, and already there you just saw the momentum shifting over to Real Madrid's camp, and this momentum has carried over this season because they've been playing better and more consistent, even though it is just 3 points, even though Barça, we only just lost one more game as opposed to them, and they obviously won one more game, but it's that momentum that is just carried over this season. And what scares me even more, I don't know about you guys, and I'm gonna get to your questions in a bit. Don't think I'm not seeing these questions. Omar, Haidar, Isco Madre, Omar, I'm gonna get to it. But let me just say this: what scares me most of all is what is yet to come. Because if the future of Real Madrid is not scaring us right now, then I'll tell you something: you're not a Barça fan, because it should scare you. Because these guys are young and they're hungry. And Zizou, by the looks of it, he's only getting just started. He's only getting warmed up. And he's got the backing of the stadium. He's a mythical, figure in Real Madrid in that sense. And they're not going to let him go of him all that easy. Although Florentino will always surprise us and say, hey, let's move on to the next fashionable coach that's out there. But, hey, it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing, and Barça needs to get their act together. We need to demand more of our team, much more in that sense. And we need to get our shit sorted, and ASAP, like quickly. Valverde, what is taking the board so long to name Valverde? I hope this guy's been doing his homework this second half of the season and knows exactly, knows exactly what he wants to do, because hey, there's no time to lose. Summer? No. This is no summer holiday. This is, let's get back to work. Let's get back to basics and see what went wrong. And no suplentes. I don't want to hear about Barça buying not starters, so bench warmers. I want them to buy starters, and I want to whenever these guys come out, I want to see them come out firing. Anyway, guys, let me get to some of your questions. I see that the chat is blowing up. Renato, my friend, it's good to see you in this chat. Like I said, Renato, guys, is obviously one of the old school Barça Blaugranes people, and does an amazing job at on the site, the Barça Blaugranes site, as well as the live chat during games. So if you guys, I always post it on the Twitter and Facebook to make sure you guys jump in on the live chats during games, because it's a lot of fun. And so surely for the Copa del Rey, join Renato for the chat. Omer, what's up, my friend? Good to see you here as always. Your question: is this summer the last chance for your friend Roberto Fernandez? Look, Omer, it's not my friend. I'll tell you that right now. Already when he was signed, I was not pleased. He's not, and he hasn't been convincing. Quite frankly, he hasn't convinced me. I don't think he's convinced any of us. Umtiti has been the best signing. I wish that he would have packed his bags already, at the beginning of spring, for that matter, when what's his name, Monchi, became available, or even at Christmas for that matter. Because how can Barça let a guy like Monchi slip, or just let him go to Roma? I understand if Monchi said, if in the case that Monchi said, look, thank you, but no thanks, I am that devout Sevillista and devoted to this club that I could never, ever play, do my work for another Spanish club, okay. But I don't think even Barça made an attempt, because maybe he wanted a little more salary than just your unknown, unnamed, or ex-player, I'm tired of this tacaño business as well. Let's shell out a little more when we have to, and not let young talent go to Real Madrid, or people like Monchi, such talented people. Obviously, what he's done with Sevilla is just miraculous, and let him go to a club like Roma. With all my respects to Roma, but Monchi, he needs to be up there in a big club. So anyway, is this the last summer? It's already one summer too much for me, Omar, in that sense. Next question. Omar again. A number of reasons why Real surged ahead in La Liga is consistent performances due to a better squad, better use in their set pieces situations, and their ability to come back from... sorry, Omar, I can't see the rest of your comment there, but yes, of course. That's what I've been saying, and that's spot on. Their consistency, their depth, and their willingness to go that extra mile. There's so many times that we saw Barça this season just shrug their shoulders literally and kind of stumble around the pitch, whereas Madrid just kept pressing. I mean, that's one of the traits that I envy most. It's that never quitting, never ending. I'm half Dutch, okay? My father's from Holland, so we have that same complejo, that same complex with the Dutch national squad we have in comparison to the German squad. Okay, the Germans are known to never give up, whereas the Dutch at some point are like, fuck this, we're not gonna win, and whereas the Germans are just like, and just, they get angry, fuming at the mouth and sweating until the referee blows that whistle. And Madrid has had that in the past. They talk about Espíritu de Juanito, rest in peace, leave the guy alone already. But I mean, they do it, and they've been doing it this season, perhaps more than any other season, just on a consistent base. I think early on this season as well, I threw out a stat that I came across where it was something ridiculous, like 80% of their matches they had been losing. Or losing or tying until the 80th something minute, and then end up in the last 8 to 10 minutes they end up winning. Something ridiculous like that. That's unbelievable, and that comes from depth, that comes from hunger, that comes from motivation, and perhaps tradition as well. We showed it the day of Paris, but just one miracle we can almost, I know that was a miracle, but I don't want to just conform with just that one. And they get paid millions to run for 90-something minutes once or twice a week. Andre van Pijl, hey, must be a fellow or half Dutchy at least, like myself. I think we have a better team, but we need a good replacement for Alves. There's a lot of people that say, had Alves not left, we would have won La Liga this year. You're absolutely right. Valverde, Andre van Pijl again. Valverde is the best choice. There are those that believe that, and I'm happy. I'm happy that people that it seems that people have confidence in him. I mean, he's not getting the Barça job for nothing. Obviously, he's proven to have played a good style of football with Bilbao and convinced some people, the most important people, the decision makers. Me personally, I'm talking about me personally. These are my personal views. I'm not convinced until I see him in action. Hopefully, he'll prove me wrong. I love to be proven wrong when it means that Barça can win championships and be ultra competitive and play attractive football. But right now, I'm too skeptical. Haidar, is Iniesta finished? I don't even want to read those words. No, I don't think he is. I don't think Iniesta's finished. It was so hard for me and for many of us to see Xavi go, to accept his retirement. We saw Puyol in retirement. Call me sentimental, but I'm gonna hold on to at least one of his legs, until this guy cannot walk anymore, because he's just too magnificent of a player and too amazing of a player and a person, you know, humble and just that quiet killer on the field, and I don't want him to go for anything. So I don't think he's finished. If he needs to play less, I understand he needs to play less, but we need to know when to put him in as well and not make him rest 90 minutes. Let's make him rest maybe 45, 50, 60, but he should have been playing against the easier teams, and we wouldn't have lost all those points. Andre, again, we need Cruyff system back. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know, we're losing our values. This is not Barça. This is not, you know, we're drifting away at this point. So yes. Andre, again, Iniesta is not finished. Needs to be closed. He needs to be closed better. Like he needs to, yeah. Exactly. The Zizou type rotation. What Zizou did with Ronaldo is been fantastic. Has been phenomenal. Also for Ronaldo, I'm gonna give. Rarely do I do this, but I'm gonna give credit to Ronaldo here because him also accepting the fact that he's getting older and he cannot play 90 minutes and he cannot score all those goals that he's been scoring in the past, and accepting that he needs to rest it also shows maturity on Ronaldo's from Ronaldo's point of view. So good on him. Unlucky for us because he's been prolific this end of the season, man. When I wanted to write him off, he's just been banging them in, and the titles are just raining in right now for Real. I'm scared against the final against Juve. Please, Juve, please. Oh, please, Dani Alves, do us one last favor and make sure Madrid doesn't win the Champions League. Because, you know, we don't want Ronaldo to win another Ballon d'Or neither, do we? Omer, I have to stop. I cannot go for much longer. I need to go pick up my son. But Omer, I think the future, as you put it, it could work both ways. Yes, they have lots of upcoming talent, but this is also the age where youngsters have their heads turned with mega offers from sugar daddies. Omer, yes, is there a bigger sugar daddy than Real Madrid? You know, for these, and a lot of these guys, don't forget Asensio, wearing the Real Madrid shirt already when he was younger. Isco wearing a Barça shirt when he was younger, but I'm sure that now he's turned into a big ass Madridista himself. So Lucas Vázquez as well. So yeah, André Gaaf, yeah, ik wist het, jongen. I knew you were Dutchy. Yeah, for those that don't know, I'm half Spanish. My mother is here, where I live, from Barcelona. My father is Dutch, and I speak Dutch. Eibar. Next big thing from La Masia. There's a lot of guys, a lot of you know. Well, I don't want to say overhyped, but I don't want to put pressure on these Masia guys. I don't like this next Messi talk. For me, the next big thing from La Masia is Marlon Santos. You know, we might have lost a title in La Liga, but we're gaining a Central, guys, and that should be fucking good news for Barça, because Marlon Santos is the real deal. So for me, that is the big thing from La Masia at this point, to come up to the first team. I'm very excited that he will be joining, or he should be joining, the first squad. For the other guys, give the youngsters a little more time. I update the Facebook from time to time with goals and stuff, and things that you guys should see that Barça TV here broadcasts. But yeah, guys, I gotta wrap this up. Sorry, I will get to your questions though even once this broadcast is up. So once this is over, do continue commenting. I will get back to you on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. But to this last question, also for all the pundits that Ronaldo has been receiving, the plaudits, that Ronaldo is receiving, as in the case when Messi is scoring for Barcelona, the midfielder duo Kroos and Modric and fullbacks have been instrumental. Yeah, for sure. Ronaldo has been a prolific striker. He's a lethal striker now, and that's what he does. He's that classic opportunistic goal hunting striker. You're Raúl, you're Van Nistelrooy. You know, that is what he's turning into, and he's really good at it. Now, does he have a talented midfield that is providing him with the goals or the rebounds in the area that he capitalizes on? Absolutely. But you still got to put them in the back of the net, and he's been doing that. Whether he has people providing him with the balls, or if he sees a chance and he gets his foot in there before the defender does, he's been doing it. So gotta give credit in that sense. Guys, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I have to run over to the guarderia to pick up my little boy. But this is the end of the season. Madrid, again, my last time, I congratulate you guys. Congratulations for winning this Liga. 2 in 9 years. It was about time as well in that sense. But hope you guys don't win the Champions League, of course. I hope at least we win the Copa del Rey. It's gonna be sour. It's gonna be a chupito, un traguito that we're just gonna have to swallow. But at least let's win it. Even though I do like Alaves very much, a lot of good friends, and it's a great city. If you guys ever come to Spain, Alaves is a great town to just get involved with the locals. They're very friendly and very outgoing people. For Barça, más y mejor next year. And but listen, guys, this is not going to be my last video. Of course, I will reconnect with you guys on the day of the Copa del Rey. I'll try to do a pre and post match analysis, and make sure you check me out for the Barça Blaugranes people on my YouTube channel, where I also do kind of more funny videos, which is youtube.com//C for channel /D-Spot. That's D for Diego Spot. So youtube.com/C/D-Spot. Make sure you subscribe. Check me out on there. Guys, really gotta run. This was fun. Thank you for the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And hasta la próxima en una semana. Vale? Ciao. Cheers, guys.